All right, let's just dive right in. Look, we all want a healthy smile, right? But what if some of the little things we do every single day are secretly causing a whole lot of damage? We're going to break down 3 of the biggest mistakes that could be ruining your teeth, and more importantly, how you can fix them with some surprisingly easy changes.
So let me just ask you, have you ever run your tongue over your teeth and they just felt, I don't know, kind of off? Maybe a little fuzzy or rough? Not that super smooth, clean feeling you get right after a trip to the dentist? If you're nodding your head right now, then you are in exactly the right place.
And hey, it's not just that furry feeling. Maybe your teeth zing when you drink something cold, or you're constantly getting food stuck between them, or you wake up and your tongue has this weird coating on it, or maybe you see a little pink in the sink when you brush. All of these are just little clues that something's out of whack inside your mouth.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to get to the bottom of that unhealthy mouth feeling. Then we'll talk about this thing called the constant acid attack that your teeth are under. And then we'll hit the 3 big mistakes: all-day grazing, dealing with a dry mouth, and, maybe using the wrong products. Let's do this.
First up, let's talk about what's really happening when your mouth just doesn't feel clean. Trust me, it is not all in your head. There's a real biological process going on in there.
Here's the deal. It all boils down to an unbalanced bacterial ecosystem. I know, that sounds super sciencey, but it just means your daily habits are accidentally creating the perfect little home for bad bacteria. And these guys, they love it when your mouth is acidic. When they take over, they cause all those problems we were just talking about.
So, you might be wondering, how does my mouth get so acidic in the first place? Well, it happens literally every single time you eat or drink anything. This is what we call the constant acid attack. Okay, so this is the science behind it all. It's called the Stephan curve. The second you take a bite of food or a sip of a drink, the pH in your mouth just plummets. It becomes super acidic. And for the next 30 minutes, at least, you are in the danger zone. Your tooth enamel is literally dissolving. It's soft, it's vulnerable, and it is under attack.
And that brings us right to the first huge mistake that so many of us make: all-day grazing. You know what I'm talking about. That morning coffee you sip on for hours, that handful of chips you nibble on all afternoon. It is a massive, massive problem for your teeth.
So here's the trap. Every single time you take another sip or another bite, you restart that 30-minute acid attack all over again. Your mouth never, ever gets a chance to recover and get back to normal. You're basically keeping it in that acidic danger zone all day long, which is where plaque grows like crazy and your gums really start to suffer. The fix? It's so simple. Eat your meal, drink your drink, and then just stop. That's it.
This simple idea actually has a name. It's called mouth resting. After you're done eating or drinking, you give your mouth a total break for at least 2 hours. And I mean a total break. No food, no coffee, not even little sips of water. Now you might be thinking, why no water? Well, it's because even plain water can interfere with your saliva's natural, powerful ability to put minerals back into your teeth and get that pH level back into the safe zone.
Okay, let's get into mistake number 2, which is having a dry mouth. You have to think of your saliva as your mouth's #1 defense system. It's your personal bodyguard. And when it's not flowing, your best defender is basically sitting on the sidelines, totally useless.
So how do you fix a dry mouth? Well, the solution is a natural sweetener called xylitol. And let me tell you, this stuff is an absolute game changer. It gets your mineral-rich saliva flowing, it actually feeds the good bacteria you want in there, it helps kick plaque to the curb, and it just brings your whole mouth back into balance. It's an amazing tool, seriously. Dr. Ellie Phillips has the perfect analogy for this. She says this stimulated saliva is kind of like the fire department. When it gets the signal from xylitol, it knows there's work to do, so it goes and picks up all the minerals and tools it needs to be ready for action. So, you see, it's not just spit, it's like a supercharged defense force for your teeth. And speaking of game changers, hey, real quick, before we continue, if you're digging this info and want to actually do something about your oral health, we've got something you're going to want to see down in the description. ProDentim is the real deal for supporting your mouth's natural ecosystem. Trust me, your future self is going to thank you for checking it out later.
All right, let's get to our final big mistake, and honestly, this one might surprise you. It's using the wrong products. Is it possible that the toothpaste you trust to clean your teeth is actually making things worse? I mean, think about it. The box promises it'll fix sensitivity, but your teeth still hurt, right? It says it'll clean your gums, but they're still bleeding. It claims it'll whiten and strengthen your teeth, but they just feel weak and kind of rough. There's this huge gap between what the marketing promises and what a lot of people are actually experiencing.
So here's the bottom line. If your teeth aren't getting noticeably smoother, shinier, and just plain healthier over time, you've got the wrong products. It really is that simple. Your oral care routine should be giving you real results that you can actually feel every single day.
And really, this is what it's all about. As Dr. Phillips says, she literally begs people to just experience what it feels like to have a genuinely healthy mouth, that comfortable, clean feeling that lasts all day long. That's the end goal. And it's completely possible when you fix these 3 mistakes.
So now that you've seen how these simple little habits can totally change your oral health, there's really only one question left to ask. Are you ready to stop the damage and rebalance your mouth for good?